Well, joining us now from Rome is Alan Friedman, a journalist and author who has just published a book on Italian politics called Let's Murder the Leopard. Alan Friedman, thank you so much for joining us here on Al Jazeera. You've been covering Italian politics for decades.
Good to be with you, Barbara.
You've witnessed the rise of Matteo Renzi. You interviewed him in great detail in your book. So do you think that he is the right person to lead Italy right now?
Actually, Barbara, I do think that if anyone can turn things around in Italy, it's Matteo Renzi. It's not easy because this is a country where the forces of conservation are very strong. But the last government we had with Prime Minister Letta was well-intentioned but very weak. They didn't get it together. So with Matteo Renzi, we've got energy, we've got drive, we've got a kind of Italian Tony Blair. He comes across to some as arrogant, to others as very driven. But this is the man who, if anyone is going to turn things around, he has to have the chance to try, because Italy really needs major reforms.
Then again, third prime minister in a row who's non-elected. In your book, you also interviewed the ex-prime minister Mario Monti, and he revealed there had been moves behind the scenes for months before he replaced Berlusconi. And your revelation caused outrage in Italy, many saying it was the end of democracy. Do you think that democracy has been sacrificed for the sake of stability?
I think we have to distinguish between what's happening now, which is essentially a popular new leader taking over from a fellow who the Brits would call wet or weak, and what happened in 2011. What I revealed in the book, and we revealed it in video because I documented in video, was that while under Italian rules, the President of the Republic is supposed to hold consultations to name a new prime minister only when there's a resignation, and the resignation of Berlusconi only came in November 2011, we revealed, and Monti confessed on video, that 5 months before, he'd already been having conversations and going around and asking advice of people because Napolitano had already offered him the possibility of taking over from Berlusconi. That caused a scandal in Italy because it seems to go against the practice. Now, the President of Italy is entitled to talk to whoever he wants to, but unfortunately, the President on February 5th went to Strasbourg and said, I never raised the name Monti until November. So what we have here is, shall we call it, two different versions of the truth, that of Napolitano and that of Mario Monti. I'm not here to judge. I just did my job. It did cause a ruckus in Italian politics, yes.
And Alan, you've been covering politics there for 30 years, but you'll also know how baffled foreigners often are about everything that happens in Italy and why the system just doesn't seem to work. So I know I'm asking you to sort of summarize your book in a minute, but what's wrong in Italy? Why is it so difficult to achieve any proper change there?
Well, in the book, I say that the Italians are 50% victims of their system and 50% accomplices. And the truth is that the Italians want to change. The Italian political class is discredited. The Italians have seen corruption, they've seen bureaucracy, they've got a highest tax rate, one of the highest tax rates in Europe. So the Italians are fed up. Now it's time to change, and the whole point of the book, Let's Murder the Leopard, is that the leopard is the symbol of fake change, of those who say they're going to change but don't really want to. And my message is, if Italy wants to change, it's not enough for Renzi to bring reforms. They have to change the way they think. They have to do what Tony Blair did in Britain, what Gerhard Schröder did in Germany. They have to change the labor market, pensions. They have to create more opportunities for women in the job market. Many, many things have to be done. Will Renzi do it? I think if anyone can do it, he has the chance. We'll find out within 2 or 3 months. It'll be pretty clear pretty soon.
Alan Friedman, journalist and author. So thank you so much for sharing your views with us here on Al Jazeera.
Thank you.